please, please, Godfather, like and subscribe for me, my YouTube channel, Godfather, please. It is struggling. Hit the bell, Godfather, please, hit the bell. Hit the bell, please.
Excuse me, sir. My brother and I, we need help. Please like and comment and subscribe. It would help our family. And share this message with everyone you know.
With everyone, yeah. And the Godfather's like, that's a request I could accommodate. If I do favor for you, one day you do favor for me. Yes, sir, Godfather, anything for you. Oh, please. It sounds like I'm trying to do like a Dracula, like, please, sir, Godfather, get rid of Drizzy Drake. He's been on top for too long. Do the BBL Drizzy. Call him a pedophilia, please. Anything. Get rid of Drizzy Drake, bro. Okay, guys. This is the DrewCast. Joining me, like always.
Hey, yo, it's Narf.
My,
I'm a slacker. Sorry if anyone wants to watch my YouTube videos. I suck.
No, I put it... We gotta do a skip of yours now, please, Godfather. Good, subscribe to Summit, please.
No, don't subscribe. I am not posting.
I don't like. Hey, don't subscribe, guys. It's whatever, dude. Don't even do it.
Please don't.
Don't do it, dude. We have a jam-packed episode for you guys tonight. We're going to start off with some space stuff. Now, a lot of this channel was built off that kind of stuff. It's exciting, it's fun, and especially with the James Webb Telescope out in space, they're finding new stuff every day. Okay. Now on Twitter, I follow these pages that like kind of give updates, post pictures. A lot of people don't think those pictures are real, but regardless, it's still fun to speculate, right? The first one we're going to talk about, and I'm going to pull this up right here. I'll put it on the screen. Astronomers have identified 7 potential candidates for the Dyson Sphere, hypothetical megastructures built by advanced civilizations to harness their star's energy. Now, for people who don't know, a Dyson Sphere is a hypothetical megastructure that encompasses a star and captures a large percentage of that star's energy, right? It's kind of scary. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it is kind of scary when you think about it, because that means if they found 7, there's probably more out there, but if they found 7 potential candidates for the Dyson Sphere, that means there's 7 civilizations out there that have reached that point where they can do that. We're talking about things that are like science fiction, things that we only read about as like a theory or like we speculate, right? If that's really a Dyson Sphere out of the 7 candidates, if one of them, even if one of them is, I always say this, Sam, to a lot of my friends. I think I've said it to you before. But if one of those 7 candidates is a Dyson Sphere, do you tell the public?
Yeah, I don't know why not.
Now, if the same people who hold this information don't want to tell us about UFOs or crashed UFOs or just any type of different life that would spook the public, telling them that, hey, there's a civilization out there that can harness the power of the sun. We can't really do anything about it. There's nothing we could do if they showed up here. But hey, still pay your taxes, still pay your rent. And yeah, the groceries are going to go up. Rent's going to go up. But there's a civilization that can harness their sun. At some point, it kind of makes me wonder, like, I used to say maybe the ignorance is bliss thing kind of does make sense, right? But with the James Webb Telescope being out there, it's going to be hard to kind of hide this stuff. You can't. They're going to find so much cool stuff, and what they end up telling us is probably going to get swept under the rug because a lot of you, I'm sorry, but a lot of you don't care. A lot of you don't care because it's not rap beef or it's not Donald Trump and it's not...
Maybe it will be. Maybe he'll be the one to... That would be a crazy move.
The greatest plot twist of all time.
He comes out in one of his debates and reveals everything about aliens. That would be crazy.
You know, the CIA would be watching, itching to pull that trigger, dude. Because they've already done it to JFK, so why not fucking Trump, dude? You know what I mean? Like, Trump might not make it till election time. We're gonna get into that a little later, but he might not make it till election time, dog.
Hey, Donald, I think a lot of people would vote for you if you said that.
I think they're gonna vote for you regardless. But yeah, you drop anything about disclosure, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, right? It's just like, hey, the universe is so massive and ancient and has so much mystery involved in it. If there's a civilization that can do what we call the Dyson Sphere, I'm sorry, bro, but what is telling us gonna do? Like, and we can't do anything to them. We can't even get to them at this point. We're just kind of viewing them. It's like,
maybe you just pray that they haven't figured out force fields at the stage they're at and just throw some nukes at them.
hey, I know a perfect person who could throw a nuke at them. Tom Brady, bro. Hey, Tom Brady, take a bow, dude. Take a bow. Stand up, Tom Brady. Everybody starts coughing. Another thing that the James Webb Telescope was able to find recently that I'm very fascinated with. I don't know the galaxy's name. I don't really care to pronounce it correctly. So, hey, you science nerds can kill me in the comments, right? But Webb finds the most distant known galaxy, Jade's GSZ 140, and it. Okay, wow, that's crazy. It's observed to have been around 290 million years after the Big Bang. So 290 million years after the supposed Big Bang is when this galaxy is where they found it, right? I told Sam this earlier in the week. I think what's going to happen is they're definitely going to keep finding out that I don't think the universe has a beginning or end. That's just me. And I think they're going to keep adding on years for the universe's age. Because remember, for a while, it was 14 billion years. Now it's 36 billion years. I think as we get older, that number is going to keep getting added onto. I don't think they're going to find the Big Bang. That's just me. I think that's probably eventually going to happen. But nonetheless, it's still fascinating to see stuff like this because, right, they're kind of baffled. They're like, hey, if this is 290 million years away from the Big Bang, why is it so formed already? They shouldn't be this formed. Why is that? I think the answer has always been there to me. The answer is going to be because there's no end, dude. There's no beginning, dude. That's just me. That's just what I theorize. I could be wrong. And like I said, I probably am. But there's probably a lot of people who... Sam, before we get off this particular subject, what is more likely to you? That the universe does have a beginning, like a finite beginning? This is the Big Bang. Everything comes out of it. There's nothing beyond the Big Bang. Because I can't even fathom there being nothing, but there's nothing beyond it. This is the finite beginning. Or is the universe going on forever scare you more? Like what is more like in your realm of thinking?
Dang, that's a hard question. If I think about it, like, for me, it's really hard to imagine like a life without some sort of creator,
Yeah.
some higher power. I don't know who or what, but in my mind, I can't just imagine that there's always been some form of matter, you know?
Yeah.
And then there has to be another piece of matter, and it all just grows and grows and grows and grows. Like, what or who created matter? So I think there was a beginning.
Don't they claim that matter can't be created nor destroyed?
Yeah, exactly.
Then how the hell is that even a thing? Like, I'm not too like researched on it, but when you say matter can't be created or destroyed, like, okay, then how did it get here then?
Well, they say, I think matter can be destroyed, but I think maybe.
We'll look it up.
But I think I know that it can't just spawn out of nowhere, you know?
Yeah, so it's fascinating. You know, I to me,
AI.
if it ends up being endless, like there is no beginning, I think that's kind of more scarier. But to me, that seems like the more likely outcome. then there being like a definite beginning, and there's just nothing that goes past the beginning. Like I don't know. Like I just can't imagine. What is there, like a wall? Like you just can't go past this wall. Like, I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like
Maybe at some point it just turns into infinite darkness.
that'd be creepy. Like it's kind of just like rendering itself.
Yeah.
That could be what black holes are. Like they take part of the galaxy they're in and kind of recycle it out into somewhere else. And hey, who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows, dude?
But just the fact that matter had to come from something and something had to create. That's just how things work. Like you don't have a kid without.
Without people blinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not that I'm not religious. I do believe that there's a God, right? I don't believe in the God that we're taught about, right? But and I don't know what God I believe in. I know that
Exactly.
there's a higher power that has created us. This is all too coincidental for that to be.
Or AI,
It
which
could be
I
AI
would
too.
call a god.
Yeah, I
Which
mean AI being the creator of us or this universe. I'm not mad at that
yeah, it's kind of like, hey, you did a really good job. Are you gonna let me
because
respawn?
it kind of does seem robotic though, like an artificial. Like I always compare it to a home, but if something's going wrong in my home, I'm gonna check on it. I'm gonna check in once in a while, make sure everything's going good. But if I'm an AI, I'm just gonna sit back and watch and just do my numbers in my head and research and kind of see how everything plays out naturally. I think that's fair to say that God would do the same thing. Like God doesn't want to interfere with our free will, right? He just lets everything play out naturally. Because God could literally go to every planet that has intelligent life and interfere, right? Like if I'm him, I'm gonna sit back and be like, hey, I gave them the book, I gave them the manual. Now, that's up to you guys. Because essentially, when your kids move out after they turn 18, that's kind of what you do with your kids. Like you do check on them and help them, and right, but like you kind of just like have to let them,
Do their thing.
yeah, and like that kind of makes sense to me. So you guys comment below. Let me Sam know what you think. And speaking of stuff that's out of this world, the WNBA. You know what I mean?
What is up?
Yeah, dude. Now, Caitlin Clark has been a huge reason why a lot of us are even paying attention. Me, for sure. I do not care about the WNBA. I don't care about their athletes. I'm sorry, ladies. I love you. But we all know why no one watches you. You know, and there's no dunking, really. I'm not trying to watch people do layups all game and struggle to make open shots. I'm sorry. So Caitlin was a huge reason that this upcoming season's being like talked about more. I think everybody can agree with that. Okay, but there's a huge controversy because at a recent game that she was just at, we looked this up because again, I know basically nothing about the WNBA. So Chicago has a player named, and what did you say her name was?
Chenedy.
Chennedy Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chennedy basically in this play, she like shoulder checks Caitlyn from behind. And when asked about it at the post game, I don't want to talk about Caitlyn. I don't want to talk about Caitlyn.
It's,
Now, a lot of fans might think that this is racism, retaliation, jealousy. There was way meaner comments too. If you think we're about to be mean, there was way meaner comments than what me and Sam are about to say. Okay? That's just point blank what it is.
fair enough. I mean, first of all, with all this, like, Caitlin Clark is the best thing that has ever happened to the WNBA. I don't think she is at the talent level of Wemby or Zion or Anthony Davis or LeBron, obviously.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Dude, 6'9",
Yeah, that's crazy.
in the WNBA would go crazy.
But there's a reason why she's,
But like, I compared her to Wemby because of the hype. Like, people who don't, like, I know a lot of people who have never talked to me about the NBA draft, who just approached me and was like, tell me about this Wemby kid. I know you know basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like,
You're the only reason I heard about him, so kudos
yeah.
to you, bro.
And I think it just brought another level of hype to that draft class. And that's the same effect Caitlin Clark. I don't think I've ever
like sat down and locked in on a women's NCAA game.
I don't blame you.
It's tough. It's just such a lower level competition. If I want to watch lower level basketball, I'll watch the NCAA. I'll watch EuroLeague. You know?
Yeah. The EuroLeague's where it's at, dude. Well, compared to the WNBA, oh yeah. I'm sorry, ladies. Like, this is not. We gotta be real. Women don't watch you.
Exactly. And for so
So
long, these women, and I love them too. I think they're very talented. They'd beat me in a one-on-one. You know, like, this isn't me saying I'm better than you or anything like
100%.
that. It's just, hey, you have been complaining about how you don't get paid enough and you don't know why people don't watch you and all these other complaints, and you just come off like you think we're trying to attack you by not watching your sport. You know?
Yeah, they view it as an attack.
And now you have your answer. Caitlin Clark is your answer. I'm telling you right now, if I'm in the WNBA as like a rookie or something, I'm letting Caitlin Clark cook on me. You know, because it's going to get clips. It's going to get viewership in the WNBA. Obviously, in the playoffs, don't let her go win 20
Yeah,
titles
don't.
or something crazy. But, man, you just got to accept how detrimental a figure like Caitlin Clark is. You can't, like, obviously, the NCAA is way less physical than the WNBA. I mean,
Yeah,
they're all pro athletes. They're all
those are like grown women compared to like
exactly,
college women. You know.
exactly. So it's just more physical. So yes, Caitlin Clark is struggling, and she's not Steph Curry. I don't know why people are ever calling her. I kind of did, but
I can see the comparison.
she's women's Steph Curry, but she's not shooting 40%, and I don't expect her to because, as I said, it's just a lower level sport. And that, don't take offense to that. That's just the truth. I mean, play against an NBA team, play against the Pistons that went on a 28 game losing streak this year. They will beat you by 50. I'm
Well,
sorry.
women aren't really watching the WNBA either, or else they'd be probably a bigger league or as big as the NBA if women were, buying into this, right?
And that's the thing, is most women just don't care about
About sports
basketball
or sports in general,
or
dude.
sports in general. I mean, there is a big group that care about sports, but guess what's going to happen every time they're watching sports? They're going to go to the big time sports because they're probably watching it with their boyfriend, and their boyfriend's not going to let them. They're like, nope, we're not watching the Liberty game.
I'd watch a Caitlin Clark game.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd watch it. I'm
yeah,
not watching any other game, but I'd watch a Caitlin Clark game, and that does people probably share that sentiment.
exactly.
And I don't think
I won't watch a regular season WNBA game. I'm sorry.
there's people, right, who 100% are throwing around the racism title, and I'm somebody who's very careful about that because our society's so weird about that on either side. There is people who are racist. There are people who probably hate her for her skin color, right?
Yeah,
There's a lot of people who say you can't be racist to white people. They can experience racism, and you can't really argue with that side either because they're really loud online. So I don't think what's happening is necessarily racism. I think a lot of it's just jealousy.
I do too. I think that's what a lot of racism
Stems
comes
from.
down to, though, is jealousy and feeling unappreciated, and or like you're better, you know?
There's probably a lot of women in the WNBA who are mad, like, hey, we built this. We've been here before. We've been putting in the work, and she can't just come in here and
Why is
start
she getting
taking all
this
the.
shoe deal? I've been here for 10
Yeah.
years, you
Well, you're
know?
not as good as her. You're not drawing in the crowd like she is, right?
You might be as good as her,
Okay,
you know?
okay, I didn't want to say it like that. You're right. You guys might be, and there's a lot of women who probably are.
Right
But
now
for
she's
some
really
reason,
struggling, you know? And it's not just the physicality. She isn't hitting her shots right now.
there's probably a lot of pressure.
It is. And I think the physicality and just the pace, because that's what happens in basketball. The higher level you go to, the faster the pace. It's just like rookies in the NBA always struggle to deal with the conditioning at first and getting ready for an 82 game season. The WNBA is nothing like that, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad you kind of took that same stance because I don't necessarily think it's racism. It could be, but again, I'm not trying to argue with the crowd of people who are like, "You can't be racist to white people, dude." To me, you guys are probably some of the most annoying people online to even have a conversation with, because now you're taking away, like, so what is this now? Like, you know what I mean, Sam? And I get it. I get what this looks like. The optics of this. I'm a white guy talking about racism. Like, ooh, what's new, guys? Right? What's new?
and I'm a
So,
light skin who grew up in Issaquah. I didn't really deal with too much.
so I think it's just, again, it's just jealousy, right? And so, Caitlin, dude, you're probably gonna have a lot of this going forward. This is probably like a hazing. Like, you know when you get hazed at work for being the
Kind
white
of
person?
when LeBron came in the league, there was a huge vocal group that were just mad at, like,
His teammates too.
yeah, his teammates even were upset that the media was already crowning him as the best player on the Cavs.
Yeah.
And
Well, he was, but yeah.
yeah, but it's an ego thing. I mean, when you're at the top of anything, if you're a CEO, a pro athlete, like coming out of college and you've been the best player, that's the only way you're getting drafted into the NBA or the WNBA.
But now you're in a pool with the other best players.
And
too.
now you're in a pool with more experienced players that are probably bigger, faster, and stronger than you at this point in your life, you know?
Do you think Luca deals with this type of stuff?
White hate?
Well, because obviously the Mavs and the Celtics in the finals know. And Luca kills it, bro. And when he hit the game winner on the BLM logo, that's when he became one of my, you know what I mean? I know that sounds really petty, but I love memes and I love moments. And regardless of like, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, right? You guys, if you guys watch me long enough, you know I'm not like that. But I like moments and memes. I'm a meme kind of guy. So when he hit the game winner on the BLM logo, hey Luca, where you doing, right? But do you think Luca kind of deals like, and did he ever deal with that, like being like a really successful white person at a black dominated sport?
I
Like
think
when
he
he came
deals
in,
I think he deals with a lot of hate. I don't know with
because he's not normal white. He's like European white.
yeah,
So there's like,
but the league has always had like like I don't want to say the players. I think fans in the NBA are the ones who have a problem with Europeans, not really African Americans. They're all over the place, or
Yeah.
whites, Caucasians, but I don't think he really deals with it amongst his players. I mean, players probably hate him because he's kind of a whiner.
he's after a lot of the games me and you have watched, he's a whiner. So obviously this finals coming up, he's going to do a lot of whining, and he's gonna probably. I told Sam I think he's hitting a game winning shot or two, at least one. We gotta get. This is your defining moment, bro. You take that. I don't care if 3 people are guarding you. You take that
Exactly.
shot, dude.
So I've been like on the fence so much with this because Jokic is so incredible, you know. I've been on the fence of like Luka or Jokic, who's the best player in the world. Obviously, you got to talk about Giannis. He's incredible, but he's just not healthy enough for me to call him above either of those guys right now,
Mm-hmm.
just because of their consistency and where they are currently, you know. Um, Giannis got bounced in the first round 2 years in a row, bro. So even if he wasn't playing this series,
And he had Dame this year too.
it's just kind of hard to call him the third best player in the world. So
Luka's probably up there with the top 3 best players in the NBA currently right now.
yeah, because I mean, I always try to tell my friends I hate the numbers game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd rather like put it in like a tier because I feel like when you're at Luka or Jokic or Giannis when he's on at his best, or Shea, Jason Tatum, when you're on that level, you're on that level, you know?
Yeah, there's not really any stuff.
There's such a little gap between you guys. Maybe there's a bigger gap between Tatum, but there's such a big gap in my. It's crazy, like how effective they are, and like Jokic, he's been a stats darling, which is why a lot of fans hated him originally. They were just like, he's a stat merchant. And,
Well, he's a
I
stat
don't
merchant with
care.
the
I don't
NBA
care
title.
about the efficiency or the true shooting percentage. Everyone hated on Jokic until he finally won. That's what NBA fans want. They'll hate you until you win.
So we officially saying we got the Mavs winning the title this year?
Yeah, I gotta put my mouth where my money is, I guess. But yeah, I think I got the Mavs winning in 7. I think that the Celtics have just shown in the past too many bad mistakes. I understand they're a much different team than then, you know?
I could see the Mavs winning in 7 or even 6, but I think the Celtics are going to push this to 7.
I do too. I think that the main problem with the Celtics is they just have a perennial issue of like getting themselves in trouble in games and series. Like against the Pacers in the last series, they were down 18 points at some point. And they made a comeback.
And they had a really, I know people, you Celtics fans, you racist Celtics fans are going to say, I just said I don't like throwing that term out, but you racist Celtics fans are going to say that they didn't have an easy path to the title. They did, dude. This year they did.
And my closest friend even admits that it was easy, but I don't want to bring that in just because I think that at the end of the day, you play the teams that are put in front of you. You know, sports has so many injuries, and I don't think in team sports there's anything like how much an injury affects a basketball game from one of your top players.
I just think in that too, but I think Luka and Kyrie just have too much of that dog in them, bro.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin might be able to pull this one out by themselves, dude.
Yeah, I think that there's some other things that need to happen. I mean, Derek Lively has to just continue doing what he's doing. He has to figure out how to guard Kristaps. That's going to be an interesting puzzle. Just because he's going to stretch the floor like no one has. That's the difference between the Celtics and anyone they've beat is they can't leave anyone open.
Yeah, no.
On the Celtics. They were leaving Josh Giddey, they were leaving Lou Dort, they were leaving
Josh Giddey.
they were leaving CJ McCollum open from 3 in the first round. I'm thinking of the wrong series. Regardless, their path is harder, the Mavericks, but I don't think it's a I don't think we can stand up here and say, hey, the Celtics, they didn't do anything. They're in the finals. Come on.
Yeah, no,
They didn't do anything.
They did. Yeah, they obviously earned their way here. It's just they had an easier path than the Mavs, but either I want the Mavs to win, but I feel like either way, whoever wins, hopefully you just make it entertaining, do good, play hard. You guys have been training for this your whole lives.
This is your crowning achievement.
This is your moment. This is your I mean, Luke.
The narrative around whoever wins this is going to drastically change.
Yep. And if it's Luka and Kyrie, ooh, they move up a couple spots in people's list.
Luka's 25, bro.
Yeah. This won't be his last title run either, I don't think so. You guys comment below. You tell me and Sam who you want to win, and it better not be the Celtics, bro. I know a lot of Sam's friends like the Celtics, and I'm going to tell you guys something. We don't care. We don't care, dude.
Yeah, Jason Tatum, I said it earlier today. Jason Tatum has that Tim Duncan aura. Like, he's incredible, obviously, but no one cares.
Yeah, like Tim Duncan was one of the greatest players of all time, but Timmy was boring, bro. There was no like real drama with him. Like, he didn't cheat on his wife that I know of. He didn't say racist stuff on streams.
Victor Wembanyama's rookie season is probably more hyped than any season of Tim Duncan, even when he was winning championships.
Yeah, I remember when they used to win championships, I didn't care. Like, my friend Harlem at the time was a huge Spurs fan. So I've always been around, like, big Spurs fans. No one cares, Harlem. All right, no one cares. Like we all cared when Kobe won or when the big three and KG, Paul Pierce, like that. Those were more
Curry.
entertaining, bro. I'm sorry. I know Celtics fans. I mean, Spurs fans are probably gonna kill me for that, but I'm
Hey,
sorry.
I've always been a low key Spurs fan, but you gotta admit when your guy's boring, you know?
Yeah, you have to. But
Like,
I couldn't take an L when Kobe was being accused of the R word, right? Like I was like, whoa. And my stepdad would come in the room. You guys know he's accused of the R word, right? You guys are his fans. I'm like, as a kid, like, what do you want me to say? I don't know the facts of this kid.
fine.
My stepdad would literally do that. We'd be watching WWE. You guys know this is fake, right? You guys are cool with watching fake stuff. Like, what is your problem, dude? Are you okay, dude? My stepdad was God, dude. But yeah, to end the night off, me and Sam are gonna talk about Donald Trump. Now I know last week we don't like to get political. This isn't really a political segment. This is going to be satire, kind of like just poking fun at it, kind of making fun of what's going on in our country, because we're heading into uncharted territory. We're potentially going to have a felon as a president, a criminal, like literally as a president. Like this isn't The Sims. This isn't like a book. This isn't a TV show. This is real life. And whether or not you're a fan of him or not, this is actually hilarious. That if you guys vote a felon into office. Now I always talk about entertainment, and I'm an entertainment type of dude. So if you vote a felon into office, this is my lane. This is how I thrive. This is my bread and butter, dog.
Oh,
You-
we'll have so many
Yeah.
topics.
And if you guys don't like, so he was, and I pulled this up, so he was found guilty on 34 counts of falsifying business records, but that won't stop him from running in November. All right. So Donald Trump was found guilty on that many counts. Now, whether or not you agree with him being found guilty, whatever, the courts did that. And, Donald Trump does his usual, they set me up, they're wrong, everybody's wrong. And he's good at that. He's good at escaping any type of accountability by saying everything's corrupt, everything's rigged, everything's a setup. He's that one friend you can't ask to be held accountable. Hey man, you kind of owe me money, bro. Hey, you kind of said something really shitty about me last week. Huge. Like you just say, oh yeah, he's right. Huge. He's right. Yes. Like, hey bro, like, when we were with those girls the other night, you kind of were like being hella like greasy to me. Like, hey bro, what? It's like he just bounces away from accountability. Which I do that a lot on this podcast, but that's probably why I like Trump so much. But I don't think any of us should get mad. And I'm going to tell you why. For the people who hate Trump or the people who support him, like, this is what the end of the world looks like. All right? This is how I know the end's coming because...
Dude, if it isn't, what if, like, the presidency ends up being like WWE, you know?
Just like fake, not real. Like when my stepdad, you guys know this is fake, right?
Exactly.
Where's my stepdad when you guys know that this isn't real? Like you guys' votes don't count, right? You guys are still gonna vote. You guys are still gonna.
They just make it a celebrity death match, and then we vote for a president that we have to see their face.
I'd rather
say
have
some
that,
things.
man. I'd rather have what
For
you
4
just said,
years?
Sam.
That sounds fire. Look.
It does. I'm so sick of everybody pretending.
Like, put someone really smart who's young and has a good head on their shoulder in charge of it all, and just have have Dwayne the Rock Johnson just give speeches that this other guy wrote.
I do not want Dwayne. Dude, they need to keep The Rock away from any
Dude,
of
Kevin
that,
Hart
dude.
would be a crazy president.
Put the fire in them bitches. Yeah. Donald Trump, you guys shouldn't be mad though, because Donald, like, we have paid the price for our negligence. We have paid the price for we value entertainment so much and memes, jokes, and viral moments that this is what this is like. This is the end result. When they talk about the end of the world, how do you move on from this? Like, we're gonna have a felon in office who he actually is really funny by nature. Like he's naturally like a stand-up comedian, bro. He be saying look at my African American over there. Yeah, right.
You know, Donald Trump created a TikTok.
Wait, are you being for real or
I saw it today.
that he created TikTok?
Yeah, he created it. No, it was on UFC 302 when he sat down in his seat. He put his first video out.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw who was in his first video again? It was Dana, right?
Dana, yeah.
Yeah, Dana. Oh, that was crazy for him to get on TikTok. See, that's a president who supports TikTok. Biden and them are trying to get rid of TikTok, while Biden has a TikTok.
Dude, that is going to get so much of the youth if he's saying, this app's incredible.
Yeah, it's going to stay. It's here to stay if I'm president. Like, he knows what to say. These guys don't know what they're doing, but that's what I'm saying. Biden and them, every turn they make is completely the opposite of what they should do. Hey, all you young guys and kids out there, we're going to get rid of TikTok. We know you love it and everything, but we're getting rid of it. We're also going to raise, like, all the prices are getting raised. We're going to send all your tax money to Ukraine and Israel, even though we know you guys don't really support what's going on. And then Trump
Eggs are crazy expensive. Gas is crazy expensive. Good luck finding an apartment.
Yeah, for real, unless you have, like, 50 people you want to live with.
Yeah.
The days of not having roommates are over, bro. Like, that you guys aren't going to own anything. The Illuminati's coming for you. Like, they're building bunkers. They know something's coming. So yeah, let the felon be a fucking president. Why not? Because it's entertainment. And if this really is the end of the world, kudos, guys. You guys put on a good show, bro. You guys put on a great show. This is what, if the world's ending, bro, why not? Make Trump president again, dude. Let's see him dunk on the dictator of North Korea. Like, literally, like, he just sit there and posterize him. His son Barron throws up the alley, whoop, right on the North Korea. Right on you, dude. Why not, bro? Tell us aliens are real. Declassify the
Build
JFK
that
files.
wall back in full.
Tell us about the Epstein files. Tell us what type of diaper Joe Biden uses. Like, bro, literally, if we're gonna make this a thing, what I'm trying to say is, let's go all out. Let's go balls to the wall, dog. Tell us about aliens. Tell us the cataclysm is coming. Just spill all the tea. People aren't gonna care. People are gonna say it's fake, and then when the world actually ends, it's take a bow. But yeah, that was tonight's episode, guys. Thank you for joining me and Sam. You could catch me and Sam on here. Sam has a YouTube channel as well that I link on every episode. You guys can find that in the description. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. We're not on Snapchat because it's corny to have a Snapchat at this age. If you haven't, Sam, I'm sorry. I don't know if I've asked you that before.
Maybe we start an OnlyFans when we hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, just stare at fans all day. Just talk to a fan, you know, like the whole arena is just filled with fans. Wow, great audience. You guys are cool because they're blowing towards you. But yeah, until next time, my ladies and gents. Peace.
Bye.